And a lot of Lasallian humor, Lasallian banter. I'm assuming most of the guys naman are from Lasal. But of course, we're also inviting other schools. Sana manood din sila, no? Para they feel bad and they wanna go home.
Thank you. Follow up ko lang, because I think lahat naman kayo ganun din ang sasabihin more or less. Diba? Okay, so ito, kasi nanonood ako lately ng mga K-pop concert. So nakikita ko yung reaction ng fans sa kanila. Ito first nakakanood din naman ako ng concert ng sariling atin. So ngayon talagang wild ang fans sa mga K-pop artists. Kayo ba, in the 80s, how wild was wild when it comes to fan experience or fan encounters?
Sakit nung in the 80s.
I think I can speak on behalf of everyone because when I started out in the 80s, first of all, my career started out with a big scandal. My Angeli, who ended up becoming my wife, became pregnant. So you can only imagine how it was for me, at least in my first concert, when after the prayers were done and the first concert was held as a tipping point. Kung walang tao dun sa concert ko sa Araneta, Friday the 13th of 1984, yun ang magiging, dun ko pagpapasayahan kung maiiwan ako dito sa Pilipinas o aalis ako. But when my sister came in to tell me that the concert was sold out, just before I stepped out on stage, that was a sign for me to stay. And I think it lends itself to the answer, no? But the fans back then, considering walang social media, walang internet, they were extremely wild. And it was wild wherein I think each of us, when we stood on stage and we saw them go wild, success na yun. Bago pa kaming kumanta, bago pa kami magsalita, wild na sila. And it felt really good, no? Because it felt like it was genuine, where people would go out of their way to see us, instead of see us through a 5.3-inch screen, you know, a playback of something that somebody else took. There's nothing like the experience of being in front of an artist who inspires you, who encourages you. And at that time, it was as pure and as simple as that. So, the fans today are really, really wild. But who knows, maybe in a couple of days, weeks, or maybe even months, there's a new artist that comes out that we will see online, and suddenly now their choice of support will be compromised. You know, there's nothing wrong about it. But at that time, when people decided, I'm gonna support Randy, I'm gonna support Dingdong or Ogie, they went all out. And I speak on behalf of this guy over here, see Randy, kasi although you can say he's the most senior of all of us, he was the last one to really come out and make a splash into the industry. He was the only one that came out with long hair, with shades that he never took off, so it created a mystery. And people really liked it. I know, because every time I would have a concert, laging, uy, guess mo si Randy Santiago. Ako naman, grabe naman yun, grabe. Kasi iba iba yung dating nila. I'm not just saying this because I'm from Lasal and he's from Lasal, but I experienced it. So I guested him together with Juan Miguel Salvador, who is also from Lasal. But how nice to see the reactions of people who were supporting me, now also supporting who is just as talented, or maybe even more, no? But very creative in his ways. So that's my answer to that. Dingdong, you wanted to add something?
It's very interesting what Gary pointed out, na indifference ng mga fans today. There's just so many platforms out there now that, you know, for us kasi, di ba, we have our children also now that are in the music industry, and we see their challenges, you know. Yeah, tama yung sabi ni Gary na, yeah, the fans ngayon are wild, you know, but ang bilis nilang yung attention span, ang bilis magbago because now their access to information and all. And mas na-appreciate namin nung araw talaga na yung mga fans, well, loyal din naman din. Rabid nga yung mga fans ngayon. Pero more of the effort that they put into, sige, pagsulat lang ng fan mail, di ba? Yes. Talagang karito talaga yun, di ba? Snail mail pa yun. Tapos, yun nga, pipila talaga sila just to go to a fans day and all. And they didn't have the technology then. So I guess that made it more meaningful and mas genuine, I guess. Mas genuine.
Okay? Okay na? Okay na, Jo? Okay. At syempre, ito
Gaganda na ng sagot din. Ganun din ba sagot din?
So, eto na, magtatanong syempre, eto, pinakasikat na naging talk show host. Totoo naman na. Oo. Online show host ka, magtanong ka naman. Kasi gusto niya na kasi tumakas, so nag-taxter siya, na nagsama-sama kayong apat sa isang fundraiser. Pero gusto niya umalis ka agad. Okay? So, magtanong ka muna, sige na, naka-green ka naman, although ibang klaseng green yan. Oh. Green-minded ka naman, okay? Eto na. Lolit Solis. Naku, live pa naman tayo sa mga online shows. Kasi dahil ka na sasampanin. Oh my gosh.
Di ba sabi mo fundraising to? Hindi dapat wala silang talent eh. Dapat kanina tinatanong sa kanila yung talent.
Tinanong ko na kung wala kasi tinawaran ako dito. Tapos nagreklamo ka, sabi mo online na. Nagreklamo ka kanina, sabi mo maliit ang
Ayun na si Ricky do. Ganyan di ba tip mo? Ricky, magtanong ka na.
Sige, magtanong ka na, pakita mong naging talk show host ka, tsaka online show host ka pa ang gano'n. Kasi hindi sila naniniwala eh.
Maruya yun ah. Ginawa mo ulam, maruya.
Maruya ba yan? Dessert yan, gano'n?
Ginawa ulam.
Kala ko.
Yung dessert yan, dessert.
Nawala sa relativity niya.
Sa pag-kutsara.
Ito ang chicken.
Sige, lalakasan mo lang. Wala akong naging problema sa billing. Kasi, syempre sa poster, kitang-kita na Ogie, Dingdong,
Ayan ang bisita.
Parang kaya pa.
Mas gutom pala ako.
Ikaw lang. Hindi yata.
Ano yan?
Ano yan? Tao yan, tao.
I think yung pagdating sa billing, the manager siya the ones to talk about that. But amongst the artists, we're cool with what. No problem. Alphabetical order yata eh.
Baby. Apprentice.
Yun nga, kung ano ba yan, kung translate mo ba?
Ito pa, may isa pa si Tita Tol.
Sabi ni Gary, Mike, manager, ilang Mike, mag-uusap sa billing. So, dilugi yung asawa ni kasi hindi lang
Hello. Ito na Tita Loli. Ulitin mo.
sabi ni Gary, yan na rin ang sabihin yung manager. Ang manager ni Ogie, si Regine.
Hindi, no?
Hindi! Ang manager ni Ogie, si Angeli. Kasi Angeli, ang manager ni Dingdong, si Jessa. Pwede ang kawawa si Randy kasi hindi artista yung asawa niya.
Talagang pinilit mong manager. Parang isa na ng totoong manager doon, ha? O sige, Randy, ito na sa sagot. Okay.
Wala po talaga naging problema sa sa billing po. Of course, alam naman nila yung gagawin na lang po nila. Yung 18, which was alphabetical. So, alam naman po natin mauunang Alcacid bago yung Avansado. Sinundan po ng Santiago. Siyempre, laging huli yung Valenciano. Wala naman Z sa amin.
Ako, alam mo, sabi ni Tita Lolit, dapat daw magpalit ng apelido si Gary, gawin ng Alenciano. Okay?
para
Oh, hindi, sa pangalawa siya, pag Alenciano, di ba? Oo. Pangalawa.
Pangalawa siya.
Hindi, pangalawa. Ano una? ALC, ALE.
Hindi lahat na A.
Sorry, Santiago, Alenciano.
Valenciano. Tapos 4A. 4A. Santiago.
Happy ka na ba sa sagot nila, Tita Lolit? Hindi ka happy? Hindi happy si Tita Lolit, nagpaplastikan daw kayo, sabi niya. Hindi, joke lang. Pero syempre, happy ka dahil bibili raw si Tita Lolit ng tickets, di ba? Pag mga charity events kasi bumibili siya, di ba?
Okay, Mandy kayo bibili.
Bumili ka to sa Araneta, di ba? Ikaw talaga. Eto na, the answer Amoyo Show. Ito. Papatunayan ni Tita Aster na kahit 1 year lang ang isang tanong, isang sagot. At saka nagkaroon siya. Ilang?
3 years yun.
3 years ba yun? Eh bakit ako na yung awardee ng best panelist?
Grabe naman ang bashing dito. Natakot tuloy ako.
Parang hindi, Tito Lolit, Tito Aster, mali ka ng Bilang. Nagkaroon ka ng another show na nagtagal na ilang weeks lang.
Wala.
Di ba yung inside showbiz? Eto na, Miss Asa
Amoyo.
Amoyo.
Pakilala mo na may intro. Sige.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Asa Amoyo! In fairness, meron na siyang online show ngayon sa Pante to na.
Di ba tita, yun yung music mo?
Eto na, Tita Asa.
Magtatanong ako pero dadagdagan mo, June.
Ano mo, fundraiser ito?
Ayun na. Oh, alam mo, nakakatuwa lang. Kasi kanina, di ba, nabanggit niyo yung get-together, or rather yung reunion concert yun nun sa Ultra. Pero never pa naulit yun after so many years. Pero bakit hindi kasing laking event tulad nun ang gawin ngayon?
Ewan.
Unang-una po yung time yung actually matagal na po itong pinagplanuhan pero of course medyo maraming labas po yung Gary V, Ogie at Gary V.
Lagi ka na nasa Europe. Saan ang galing?
Hindi, nahanap namin yung pinaka-common na sa tayo magkakasama-sama. Of course, aside from us four, gusto rin namin makasama yung ibang mga kundiranan members na talaga naman be part of the show. Kaya, of course, kailangan po ng rehearsals. Maraming preparasyon ika nga po.
Ako, I think that one of the main reasons why we're doing this is because of the cost. And if it's for the medical fund, I think that it's a great reason why we can all come together like this. And then it falls under what Randy just said, yung mga schedules namin. Kasi hindi lang, porket yung mga pangalan namin ang nandyan, may mga iba talaga, hindi lang mga singers, pero mga musical directors, musical arrangers, you know, they're all part of these songwriters, they're all part of us, you know, going green. And yun lang talaga, to get everyone together, it would be very difficult. Baka mas mahaba pa yung pagkaplano nun kesa yung talagang process of putting the show together and repertoire and then practice and then the show itself.
Itaas na, ibabalik ko lang po yung mga pangalan po na of course, baka yung iba po hindi alam na member ng Kundirana or members of Lasal Green Hills, yung bilang mga singers po ng Green Hills po. Of course, andyan yung Juan Miguel Salvador, andyan po yung Dingdong Eduque,
Roel Santiago,
Mel Villena,
Louie Ocampo,
please help me guys.
Rani Raimundo.
Rani Raimundo. Sino pa?
Ramon
Tax.
Zamora.
Tax.
Leo Dominguez daw.
Of course.
Raymond Alonso.
Raymond.
At saka si Jimmy Bondo. Yun lang. Ay, hindi.
Atinista yun.
Atinista ba? Sorry po.
Sino ba?
Pero singer yun.
Ang dami, sobra. Gian Magdangal.
Correct, yeah.
Sino ba? Ang dami po nila na
Ano?
Ang dami.
Louie Ocampo. Louie Ocampo.
Lori Lustre.
Bon Faustino.
Bon Faustino, who's our
That's our
musical director.
musical director.
Archie Castillo.
Sobrang dami po.
Joey
Oh, yun, sinabi niya.
Joey
Paulo
Joey
Bustamante.
Quirino. Paulo Bustamante. Carlo Orosa. Ang dami. Ang dami po talaga. Na talaga nung aside nung 1989 po. Actually, nung 1989, wala pa sila Gian Magdaan. Ang sobrang.
We're talking nasa Green Hills, di ba?
Correct.
Gabriel.
Yung tax, di ba? Yung
Gab,
tax.
yes.
Yung tax, yung Men and Music.
Yes.
Music.
And then music. Marami.
Hindi, suggestion lang. Kasi Gary, you at saka si Ogie, concert producers na kayo pareho. Why don't you join forces para pag-isipan ito? Kasi ang ganda eh, kung magagather nyo lahat ng mga graduates sa Lasal Green Hills, di ba? Kasi ang dami nyo eh, ang dami nyo eh.
And it's a rare, siguro, it's going to be a rare concert. What do you think?
There are some also kasi that although they are singers from the Kundirana or from Lasal Green Hills, they may not be practicing as much now. So their priorities may have changed already. Like I have a classmate, a batchmate, his name is Joel Francisco. Nobody knows him, but he was with me in the Kundirana. Where is he now? He's in New York. He's a neurosurgeon. But a beautiful voice. For me to take him all the way there to come here, to practice, to stay here, and it might be too much also for him to do that. And these are the things that we have to take into consideration. So it's harder than just getting everyone and putting them all together. What we can do is get those who are really available for a good cause. But there are many causes that we can stand up for, and it's a good suggestion. And who knows, this might be the first of several fundraisers in the future, for good causes.
And then special guest yung mga anak niyo. Diba? Maybe another concert na kayo, and then kasama niyo naman yung mga anak niyo as special guests.
Galing ni Tita Aster.
Gusto ni Tita Aster siya naman produce.
Pero bibigyan
Taas na talin mo na lang kayo sa Japan. Dun.
Pero eto, mapupunta po yung kikitain neto sa BLSUMC. Yan.
It's for the Lasal University Medical Center. Yung 1 billion endowment fund program.
Siya.
Yun ang pupuntahan ng cost na to. Babasahin ba namin lahat?
Hindi
Yeah, yun
lahat.
lang. Para lang
Thank you.
for the
yan.
information.
So, okay ka na, Tita Aster? Yeah, tingnan naman natin si Isa Red, kung ano yung tatanong niya. Kasi tindi ng mga comment ni Isa dito. Dinig na dinig ko, mahal-mahal naman. Sabi mo, mahal-mahal ang tuition fee sa Lasal. Kaya dapat hindi nang itapanisa sa hindi ka.
Sabi ko, yaman-yaman na ng Lasal, ba't kasi nag-fundraiser? Diba? Dapat nang nag-fundraiser yung mga kagaya ng Emilio Aguinaldo Calque, joke lang.
Mayaman.
Ang tanong ko lang, kay Mandy, for the 1 billion fund na yan na malilikom ng fundraising yan, who will benefit?
Actually, for the better appreciation of everyone, this project actually gave birth through a dinner with Brother Gus Boquier. Nung grade 1 kami sa Lasal Green Hills, Brother Gus na si Brother Gus, principal namin siya, so that was in the 70s. Currently, Brother Gus is the president of DLSU Dasmariñas. His vision entails a construction of a brand new high-tech, world-class medical hospital in Dasmariñas. And the purpose of this hospital is to not or never turn away the poor when they need medical service. Okay, so kahit na kailangan niya ng angioplasty or bypass or whatever, at wala siyang pera pambayad, hindi siya tatanggihan. Hindi siya tatanggihan ni Brother Gus to accept. So the funding for such a feat, for such a huge vision, undertaking, costs a lot of money. And so he came up with this DLSU MC charity fund, endowment fund, where ang goal niya is to get 1,000 donors to donate at least 1 million pesos. 1,000 donors to donate at least 1 million peso each. Tayo lahat dito, we will work together for that one donor to give 1 million pesos. So yun yung goal po natin ngayon. And who will avail? Anyone who has no money, but the marginalized, the poor, that goes to a provincial hospital tapos patanggihan siya, pwede siyang pumunta sa DLSU MC at tatanggapin siya doon ni Paredes. So that's who will take advantage of this.
Thank you. Napakaganda ng explanation ni Subsidy. Saan daw ba yung DLSU?
Dasmariñas, Cavite.
Kasi pupunta bukas si Alice.
Hindi pa po gawa yung ospital.
No, also,
Iba tatayo pa lang po.
I want to add kasi na, you know, hindi dahil graduate or alumni ng Lasal Green Hills, pwede natin sabihin mayaman. Actually, marami tayong nag-suffer at talagang walang pera ng mga alumni. Doon lang nag-start. Tapos pinalaki ng pinalika ni Brother Gus na hindi lang dapat Lasal alumni, kundi everyone who is poor will get this benefit.
Thank you, Mandy.
Sana, Mandy,
Sa kanila yung mic.
Mandy, sana may representative din ng Lasal
Oo nga.
para natatanong yung mga tanong din natin.
Tsaka, oo nga. Katulad niya, Randy, late mo nasabi na wala pa pala yung hospital. Si Tita Lolit umalis na, papunta na doon. Wala pala siya kaabutan.
Kami, tayo magpapagawa ng tayo.
Dala niya yung brochure, papakita niya na ano na.
Kabalikin mo na.
Hindi ko na mahabol. Okay. O, so, eto next na. Siyempre, the real Ricky Law. Tito Ricky. Hi! Yeah. At nakita nyo ha, kahit fundraiser to, mga who's who ng entertainment press nandito.
Pwede ba punan namin kayo?
Congratulations, ang ganda ng objective. Monday, you mentioned that you're raising 1 billion and the prospective donor of 1 million each. Meron na ba kayong prospects who these donors are?
Actually, Kuya Ricky, it started already. It started nung birthday celebration ni Brother Gus sa Conrad. That's the evening where this whole idea gave birth, no? Pero yung event nun, it was his birthday, but it was not to celebrate his birthday only, but to launch this idea. So doon pa lang, yung isang table nag-pledge na. Marami nang nag-pledge ng 1 million each. 1,000 yung goal niya. So makikiride on kami doon. So at least we can say that we were part of, everyone here can be part of that donor, one donor that we will actually donate 1 million pesos.
What about the share of the government in making this project?
Well, the government has...
Does have any share in financial discussion?
Yeah, wala. Kumbaga, this is pure private initiative kasi the government have their own programs now, and I think their efforts goes to the provincial hospitals, yung mga provincial hospitals. Pero ito talaga, yung mga, right now, Lasal, DLSU, Dasmariñas Medical Center has the most patients right now that are marginalized patients. Kasi yung mga tinatanggihan na lahat ng mga hospitals sa gilid niya, doon pumupunta. And even Lasal alumni who don't have who cannot afford medical, doon na rin pumupunta. So, Brother Gus takes them.
So the question, I'm sorry.
You have any target date for the completion of this?
Wala pa. Wala pa. It's gonna take some time because 1,000 donors of 1 million each. Pero yung meron, actually, this is an inside information kasi ang feeling kasi namin is pagtapos itong concert, nakapagbigay na kami ng 1 million, tapos na. A patient will need the bypass, at 1 million will be gone. So we thought that something sustainable, so the company of Field Oil actually and the rest of the Lasal alumni are thinking about our own endowment fund that will put there, tapos yung interest nun will sustain. So every year meron kaming mabibigay, hindi lang dahil sa isang gabing concert. So yun ang next project. Pero for now, this one kasi napag-usapan na namin ni Brother Gusto, we will go through with it. Next time, we will come up with a endowment fund that will be managed by a bank, and then it will be self-sustaining. So the interest of that every month will give to the DNSU MC.
Thank you. May suggestion daw si Master.
Ano ba yan? Mandy, I have one suggestion. I hope this helps. Why come up with a concert like this or a fundraiser? Pwede ka namang humingan ng 1 million bawat isa sa
4 million.
4 million na kagad.
Actually, you know, siguro I'll take this opportunity to thank my fellow Lasalians and brothers who without any hesitancy took upon the invitation. Actually, nung Christmas party lang namin, kinukulit na ako ni Kuya Randy na matutuloy ba yan? I said, of course, matutuloy ito. And this was first targeted for February, but the artist, he couldn't get the schedules together. Then at the same time, I think Gary was taking up for the States for a while. So it became July. I'd like to just thank them in front of everyone because we really appreciate your help. And kanina you were asking about their honorariums. Actually, what I know is they're even going to give their honorarium to their own foundations. Ganon sila ganong kalaki yung puso nila. So that's why I'm not fearful or scared to ask him to do this because I know that they have a very big heart.
You're welcome.
Alam mo, napakaganda ng sinabi ni Mandy. So, bakit hindi ka rin magbigay ng 1 million na kinasuhan mo?
Can I add something to that answer of Mandy? If the four of us gave $1 million each, nice, diba? But that would mean it was the effort of 4 guys. When we're talking about the entire LaSalle community and others who might capture the vision of what this whole project is about and the future projects as well. Now, if I may say something about the Lasallian community, and I'm speaking because of the feedback I got from others. I was once in the United States in my brother's office, and his friend arrived. And my brother is 10 years older than I am. And his friend arrived and he looked at me, Gary! And I looked at him, and we were talking like we were the same age. And somebody in that office looked at me and said, wait a minute, you guys are talking about the school you came from, your alumni? You guys know each other? Were you in school together? I said, no. So how come you guys talk like you know each other? And I just said, that's what the community is about. It's not about being Green Archer, Animo, and all. It's part of that. But there is something about what grew in our hearts, being from LaSalle Green Hills. Not all of us went to BLSU. I went to BLSU, but not all of us did. But LaSalle Green Hills, that small campus wherein you had all of these guys going and learning and growing together. And the lessons that we learned there are now being practiced. Wherein, yeah, we can probably contribute a little bit to the whole thing, but why tayo-tayo lang? Let's make it an entire effort so that when they see the building rise and when they hear the stories of the poor getting better, they're all part of it. That anybody who comes into that stadium or that coliseum or the Phil Oil, anytime they go to that center and they see the feedback, they'll know that they were all a part of it. Because I think it's a great, great, great endeavor. It's not easy, but I think it's a great endeavor to do. You know, so that's why that's just to support the answer of Mandy.
Okay. Thank you, Tito Gary. Yes.
Sure.
Hindi, yung check ko tago nyo na. Hindi ko na. Maganda na yung sagot niya.
Can I add something?
Yes.
Kasi ngayon lalo ko pang na-absorb yung magnitude ng ginagawa namin. Although I was already aware because of Brother Gus, he's been discussing this project for a long time, this vision of this, and it's nice because now it's underway. But just as as important as the whole why we're doing this, yung magnitude. I'm talking about the show aspect naman, what we're going to be doing. Kasi natatanggap ko yung mga study tapes and all. Sabi ko parang hindi natin to, kasi nung nagkunti sa Ultra kami, nandun yung mga kundirana and yeah, we did some numbers. But this is the first time that 4 of us are really working together in special numbers. We're collaborating like Gary and Randy, me and Ogie, and all 4 of us. It's parang tamang-tama siya, nakakma siya dun sa kung ano yung gusto namin gawin. There's a historical aspect to it. and the significance of it, and as well as the significance of us coming together to make this kind of show. So it took, this kind of vision from Brother Gus to bring us together. And I think it's really well worth it that people will come and see us on Saturday and do what we're going to be doing. And the nice thing about this, at the end of the day, we're all coming together for this great cause.
Thank you. Okay na. Siyempre, actually maraming tumutulong po para sa project na to. Kaya nais po namin pasalamatan. And if you can mention guys, sa yung Hive Hotel and Convention please. Ito po, kasi nag-sponsor sila. Thank you very much. Paki-mention naman, Tessa. Kasi nagbabasa sila ng Manila Times. Hindi ko magkamali. Manila Star. Hindi ko sabihin. Siyempre, thank you rin sa inyo. Alam mo, maraming na-touch sa Entertainment Quest na nandito. Ito po yung donor pledge form. Pwede mo itong sulatan. Pwede po kayong, simulan na natin ang pag-pledge po. Pwede nyo i-abot later. Ayan. So ito, syempre, ang ABS-CBN din, dahil syempre nandito silang apat, nag-support din po sa atin, kaya nandito ang TV Patrol. Ang next na tanong ay manggagaling kay Miss Gaynel, yan. Beauty queen po siya, turned TV reporter.
Thank you. Of course, it's gonna be a concert, we all know that. And lahat po kayo, each one of you, meron po talaga kayong mga songs na nakilala kayo for that. Well, aside from that, ano po ba yung mga gagawin nyo on that concert, on that day, on that night? We're gonna see you guys dance, or?
Yeah. I've been rehearsing.
I've never been a backup dancer before, but it's the first time I'm gonna back up for Ogie on that.
That's right. Hindi, sabi ko kanina, we're doing familiar ka ba sa mga 80s songs? Hindi. Name me one 80s song. Sige nga.
Not sure. Yung mga songs.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
No.
Okay, like this. Whether or not you know the music of the 80s, you will see why we have never let go of that particular era. Just a little insight. My daughter is, I don't know if she's your age, but she's 25, 26 now.
I'm 24.
Okay. She, every time I play songs from that era, and even earlier from the 70s, and my daughter's a songwriter, she always goes, "What happened, Dad?" And I said, "What do you mean? Why aren't the songs like that anymore? Now it's about something else. It's about, there's so much angst, there's so much anger, there's so much of me, I know what to do." But during that time, it was just fun. It was about love in its purest form. It's crazy a bit, but saya. So even when I play, and then I have another niece who came back from the United States, her second time to be here. She would always ask me, "Tito, can you just play the disco music?" Not because of me, but I said, "Why do you like disco?" She goes, "Tito, that's the best." And she's a musician too, and her music is more yung tipong what they call har-har music, which is tipong Moira kind of the thing. You're just relaxing the voice and all. But she loves the disco music. Why? I don't know. There was just something about music back then. So whether or not you know the music of the 80s or the 90s or the music that we're doing today, we're giving you not just a part, but we're giving you the entire pie, so that all of you can see why we are and why we still do what we do, and why we are who we are today. And it's through music.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Attentive sila, si Daniel.
Thank you, Gaynel.
Si Gaynel?
Attentive kayo.
Baka hindi nyo alam si Gaynel product.
Ano lang si Kuya Randy, sobrang attentive.
Lahat kayo kanina.
Hindi, si Gaynel product ng My Girl yan, ng Happy Yippee. One of our winners yan. Happy Yippee, hey! Happy Yippee, hey!
Pero ibang tingin mo ka,
Malabo kasi.
Teka muna, Jun, paano mo alam kung saan siya nakatingin?
Hindi, magandang kaalis mata niya, yung salamin niya. Hindi na katulad ka dark niya dati. Dati, nung 87, super
Yung pilar ako nakatingin. Ano ba kayo?
Hindi ako naniniwala. Ako dati nga, no, may pa-press con ako bilang may nag-text sa akin after. Isa sa mga artista dun sa pa-press con ko, tinapakuha yung number ni, may tatanong
Yeah,
daw.
oo.
Tinawagan ka ba?
Sino yan?
Hindi, niloloko ko lang. Nagbabanggit ng pangalan si Ogie na mali. Hindi siya yun. No, hindi no. Hindi siya. Ka-artista sinabi ko, hindi singer. Eto na. Eto na, Pilar. Si Pilar gusto magtanong. Alika, tumayo ka para makita ko nila lahat. Oo.
Apart from being directed by another Paolo Bustamante, ano yung mga i-inject na songs ni Direk na hindi pa namin nalalaman doon sa era nyo? Apart from your era, yung mga sumikat na. Kasi kami, memorize na yung mga kanta niya, di ba? Ano yung gagawin ni Direk? Na pasabog. Direk.
Di ba mas magandang surprise?
It's better kung gano'n.
Kahit isa lang.
Well, pag sinabing 80s kasi, you'll have to choose which of those songs from the 80s. But we're not doing songs na hindi kilala ng mga tao na medyo familiar sa 80s. They will know the songs talaga. And they will probably go, oh my God, kakantay ni Gary, kakantay ni Gary. Yung mga ganun.
Tsaka intro pa lang.
Si Tita Asta may request Michael Jackson.
Panahon nila yun eh.
Yan, alam mo, Pilar, ang very exciting about listening to 80s music is, alam mo yung pag may narinig kang music, instantly you're transported, di ba? To that time, na feeling, oh, bigla ka na lang high school ka na ulit. So, and we're hoping that that becomes the effect on the audience, that when they start listening to music, you know, they get up on their feet and they start dancing, and which I think will happen, especially because I'm there.
Yeah, kaya nga masaya.
And then because Gary's there, and you know, ito, gusto ko lang, I know I've been just saying punchlines today, but I also want to say that I think the four of us will not be who we are, or at least will not have the same values if it weren't for Kundirana. Showing up on time, diba? Bringing all your costumes, kahit white shoes pa yan. But, you know, discipline. Because exam week, huwag niyo kalimutan yung pangalan, Brother Gus Booker. You know, he was our leader, and he was our spiritual leader also. Napaka-importante nun, na when we became professionals, dala-dala namin yun. So, hindi naman sa nagmamalaki kami, but it's just that it, you know, instilled in us the values, those values, and we brought it with us. And I'm assuming that's why we're still here.
Imagine yung Pilar, 4th year high school lang kami nun. 3rd year and 4th year. So, batang-bata pa yung mga bosses namin. Pero yung training, being part of Kundirana, kasi very big deal for students eh. Yung kumbaga, grade school pa lang po kami, gusto namin maging Kundirana. So, hinihintay, like for example, when you get into the high school, di ba? First year, hinihintay na namin maging Kundirana. Second year, isang taon na lang magiging Kundirana. And pagpasok ng third year, pahirapan pang mag-audition. Imagine, siguro mga nag-audition, mga isang daan, mga more, pero ang kinukuha lang 5. So talagang yung audition talaga napakahirap.
Parang ano yan, Pilar eh. Parang kang sasali sa basketball team. Nasa abangan mo paghapon, di ba? Naku, nakapasok na ako. Titignan mo ngayon doon sa bulletin board kung pumasok ka o hindi. And that's the same feeling. I remember that day na nakita ko yung pangalan ko. So, yeah, that's my name.
You know, Pilar, one word that, one phrase that Brother Gus told me and my batch was that you have to bring joy to others through music. Of course, at such a young age, that doesn't really sink in right away because all you wanted to do was get up on that stage and see who's gonna be. Lalong-lalo na at that time, yung nagre-rehearse kami, may isa pang grupo called The Q, which was made of different schools, namely Poveda, Assumption, and they're all there. So after their rehearsals, bababa sila ngayon at panunuorin yung Kundirana na mag-rehearse. But of course, that was the most exciting thing. But you know, his statement of being able to bring joy to others through music, it is up to today, so alive in all of us, na sa palagay ko, wala sa amin dito ang tumitingin sa isang gig as a racket. Yung mga tipong basta gawin na lang natin. No, we're going to come out on stage, and because of what we've learned, every performance needs to be genuine, it needs to be sincere. Because there are people who are watching you who want to get away from the problems outside of that venue, and music being the language of the soul. I think we have been blessed with the ability to not just sing a song, but really to bring joy to others through music. So that's what we learned back then. We're practicing it lang now.
So, anong special song nyo yung hindi nyo aalisin sa repertoire?
Yung siguro ng title,
Hindi, yung isang
Alma
hindi
Mater?
mawawala.
Alma Mater lang?
Alma
Mater, hail to De La Salle. We'll hold your banner high and bright, a shield of green and white. We'll fight to keep your glory bright, and never shall we fail. Hail to thee, our alma mater. Hail, hail, hail.
Iba talaga kayo, grabe.
Oh, galing ah.
Galing!
Galing pala tayo.
Ganda ng blending.
Hindi kasi we know that song by heart. Especially pag basketball, di ba?
How long did Kondarana dance lang? Is there any chance of reviving?
Meron pa po. Meron pa po. It started in 1972.
Still there?
The one who's heading it is Monet Silvestre. Former member of the Tux.
The Tux.
Tsaka, I think judge sa ABS PDA. Mon tawag namin talaga. Monet Silvestre. Monet Silvestre.
Thank you. Thank you, Tito Ricky. Ito si Roel de la Corta.
Sa production number, ano mangyayari? Solo-solo? Or merong Gary, Randy? O kung may kombinasyon, then finale, apat kayo?
That would be, if you look at it that way, that's more or less the expected, flow of things. We'll have a little bit of that, and we'll have a little bit of everything else, being put together. There will be numbers that we will all be together in, and there will be combinations that will be different from what people are used to. Because, frankly speaking, I've never really performed much with Randy. As in, yung mga production numbers, we've done, let's say,
Concert mo dati.
concert ko, but that was one time.
30 years.
One time. About 30 years ago, so yun lang. But to see him back in full blast, no? I mean, with Rack of Ages, and then he's TNT, Morado, and among other things, it's good to see him back to where it all started, which is as a performer, a singer, and entertainer. And he's gonna do that to the max. So I'm excited for that.
For the kayong apat, anong kaninong song kakantin nyo? May kombinasyon or mga sikat popular songs ninyo, pero apat ang kakanta. I think it would be the first na nagagawa.
I think we'll be singing our own songs. No? Wala namang yung parang nagpalit-palit, wala namang.
Pero kayong apat, may kakantahin ba kayo?
Yes, we'll have production numbers.
Production numbers. Singing your originals.
Yung iba kasing songs.
Yung ibang songs.
No, the danger kasi in doing sometimes, the danger is when you hear a song, let's say when you hear Lea Salonga sing one of her songs, if you don't watch her all the time, you wanna see and hear as close to the original as possible. Now, if she does a number with, let's say, Regine Velasquez, then that's nice to see. But when you hear Regine Velasquez do, let's say, a song like my song, Sana Maulit Muli, you wanna hear Regine because that's the only time you'll get to see her do it. Now, they can do numbers together, pero pagdating sa mga malalaking o mabibigat na hits, you wanna hear the original as close to it as possible. So that's, I think, where we're going with this concert. I'm scared to tell you too much because I don't want people to come in expecting kung ano na ang makikita nila, kung ano na maririnig nila. But I'm excited. I'm excited to step on the stage with these guys.
Thank you.
Salamat.
Thank you, Ruel. At syempre, papasalamatan daw ulit ang Hype Hotel and Convention Place. Thank you very much. So, pabanggit naman sa kasi sisingilin daw si Lisa pag hindi nabanggit. Anyways, marami pa tayong sponsors. At alam nyo, hindi na to basta concert. Kasi after mag-perform ng apat, may party at tutugtog ang Route 70. Okay. So, syempre papasalamatan
Mga kundirana din yun. Sina Dingdong Edupe.
Ito ba sponsor natin? Ang tagal kasi nang sinusulat CDO Carnel Norte. Yan. Ano ba sponsors? Yan. Ito, Insular Oil Corporation, Petro, Gas, yan. Pino Leatherware, Pino, okay. CDO Food Spur, Chemaloy USA 88, okay. Yun lang. Okay, thank you. At ito, mula sa, meron tayong sa, meron kasi tayo sa social media, live tayo sa social media, isa yung Abante News Online. May mga nagpapatanong, yung high school, sino rin yung mga nag-abot sa inyo sa Lasal Green Hills?
Ako lang talaga yung
barkada kayo.
Magka-batch pa.
Pero oo nga, so nagkasama rin kayong abroad. Di ba yung mga kundilana?
Sila. Actually, sila.
Pero ikaw, Tito Gary?
No, yung susunod na year. Kasi yung nangyari sa amin in batch 82, sila, ilang ka na lang dumagit para at least mas
79 po.
79. Kasabay na si Ruel.
Okay.
And then batch 80 was sina Mon Faustino, Juan Miguel Salvador. Batch 81 sila Jeric Mariano. Ako batch 82. Yung nangyari kasi sa amin, hiniwalay yung Ateneo Lasal rivalry dahil sa grabe yung mga nangyayari noon sa NCAA. So tinanggal yung Lasal sa NCAA. At that point, wala na kaming maipakita. Lasal Green Hills had nothing to show except the arts. And Brother Gas Boker was the one that said, let's push the arts. Let's push the talent in Lasal Green Hills. In fact, noong 1981, nagkaroon sila ng concert called Farewell to All That and Kundirana. Kasi dapat doon na magkakat yung Kundirana, hindi na itutuloy yun But then, sabi ni Brother Gas, listen, let's just try one time to focus more on the arts. So, ang nangyari sa amin, at least I think with the succeeding years, kumakanta kami sa iba't ibang lugar, including the Tala Leprosarium, yung mga ganon, really making something out of what we were given with our voices. Music ministry was what Randy mentioned. And so in 1982, when I became a part of the group, ako, si Carlo Orosa, and that friend of mine, Joel Francisco, thank God na medyo it worked. And it continued to the point na batch 83 and onwards started traveling abroad, going all around na sila. So they were very fortunate and very blessed. But kami wala kaming mga regrets na hindi kami nakapag-abroad because lahat kami nakapag-experience ng mga experiences ng isang junior and senior high schooler na siguro masasabi namin na we were so fortunate to have experienced that in our growing up years. To be part of a group of, during my time, 11 singers, 12 band members, and it was amazing. Kami ang nagse-set up ng yung sets, kami ang lumalabas ng school para makakuha ng sponsors, and it was truly memorable, and I think that still is going on now.
May kwento nga munti kami as professionals already Iwan parang gusto na gagawin yung parang Kundirana International.
Yes, that's right.
Oo, di ba? Gagawin namin talaga napakalaking event na
Kundirana International.
Dadalhin ng international tour ang Kundirana. So, it was actually makailang rehearsals din tayo nun, di ba?
Grabe.
Rehearse kami.
Hindi namin naabutan.
Nabutan niyo yun!
Ano mo naman?
Ano ba nabutan yun? Pangalan yun nandun eh sa lista. Tinawanan International.
Ay guys, sorry, may naka-blue. Tsaka A.
Meron ka pansin mo.
Okay lang yan.
Pag-usapan natin yung mga Ramji. May artista dito. Ano ba?
Avengers ba?
Avengers.
Kala ko kung ano school yun. Adamson or ano. Joke lang bro.
Ito yung blue.
Yan pala yung blue. Sorry, ano yun?
Wala, huwag na doon na natin pag-usapan.
Ayan, thank you. Okay, thank you, Randy, Tito Gary, Ogie, and Dingdong. Yan. Pwede niyo pa silang interviewin after this, isa-isa kung gusto niyo. Pero ito, syempre papasalamatan po ulit natin ang High Hotel and Convention Place. Syempre, ang media partners po natin, My Inquirer, PDI, Inc., POP, Inquirer Mobile, Monster RX 93.1, MOR 101.9, Bandera, and Libre. Thank you very much. At siyempre, Tito Randy, saan po nabibili yung tickets?
Mabibili po ang tickets sa sa Ticketnet po. You can call, may numero po tayo. Basta sa ticketnet.com po, .ph, you can get your tickets there. Bili po kayo kagad dahil Sabado na po to, July 6. So, ayan.
So, kailangan may isulat niya na by Thursday or Friday. Yes, Ogie. Yes.
Palakpakan naman natin si June Lali. So, grabe ang effort ni June.
Wala akong boses.
Oo nga. Thank you sa donation, June.
Yes, I will donate po talaga.
Oo.
Pero ang problema, binibilang ko, nag-abono po ako. Sobrang po ako ng 4 na invite dito. Gusto mo bang abonohan? Kanina pa ako namumblema.
Ang Mandy, may mga gaka daw.
Hindi! Na-mix ko yung press ko na kung bukas, kamali ako ng
okay.
Kasi hindi ko pwedeng bawiin. So, yung po dahilan kung bakit wala po ako sa sarili ko.
Ang dami mo kasi
Hindi po
press.
ako magaling today. Anyway, siya, joke lang. Nakatingin si Lisa, baka magdagdag. Ang problema ko, Lisa.
Okay lang.
Sige, yes. Yes.
Hindi, tapos na ba tayo?
Hindi, pero isa-isa kayo interview. Kasi si may OPM week for, di ba, interviewing si Ogie. 3 hours ba naman? Sabi ko naman yun sa 3 hours! 30 pages ng bulletin. Dinedicate sa OPM.
No, I just want to say thank you for to all of you for coming over. This is something that we really want to do, and we need your help so that ma-promote natin na maganda ito. We're inviting everybody, hindi lang Lasalista, basta naniniwala na makakatulong sila sa vision ng Lasal. So, maraming salamat sa inyo. Please spread the word, and God bless guys. Thank you.
Hindi pa naman sila mag-aalisan kasi yung iba kasi ni-request sex life donate dito ang tanong mo. So, hindi pwede dito sa Q&A. So, sabi ko later after, ha?
Ikaw talaga.
Yes, dito.
Ako naman, it's nice to see familiar faces. I haven't seen what Tita Astor, Tita Ricky, Tita Bilang. Then I see, what do you call this, Jojo. And everybody that's here, natutuwa kami dahil parang reunion of sorts na rin to. Dahil it's been a while na nagkaroon ng press con. But we're so thankful that you have come out here, and I know you lent your voices here. The way you're going to be writing about it, it's very special, it's very important for this project. And tama yung sabi ni June, it's already this Saturday. So please be with us. I mean, when you come and write those stories, but also be there on Saturday to witness this event. So God bless you all, and thank you.
Thank you, yes.
No, I think the two guys already have said it, but to the media, you guys have been with us for a long time. And on behalf of the artists who are not only here, but even the artists who are not here, who have been around for decades, maraming salamat that you still believe in what we have to offer people. And I'm hoping that you don't just write about it, but you also become part of this experience by actually being there on Saturday. And watch us have fun in what could be the first of several endeavors or visions that we might have in mind and that we might want to work on. But again, thank you so very, very much for being here. God bless you guys. Thanks.
Thank you. Medyo nagulat sila, Tita Gary, na sinabi mo being part, kala nila mag-donate sila. Pero eto na, syempre, ang punong, dito na, nauna siya.
Nauna ako ng salita.
Pilar, nauna siya. Kakaloka. Kaya hindi ka nakikinig na audio. So, later, interviewin mo siya. Anyways, eto po ang tao behind this fundraiser. Syempre, walang iba kundi ang isa sa executive ng Peel Oil, sumusweldo po siya ng more than $1 million a month. Okay, so magdo-donate siya ng $1 million. Mandy Ochoa.
In connection with what Gary and Dingdong said, inviting you guys, hoping that you're able to watch the show on the concert on Saturday, July 6th. I'd like to cover your tickets. So not only you, but maybe at least 5 of your friends. Just coordinate with Lisa. We will shoulder those 5 tickets for your friends. Compliments of Phil Oil.
Wow!
Okay.
Thank you. Ang yaman talaga ng Peel Oil. Okay. So eto, pwede po kayo mag-interview sa kanila. Si Ogie lang mag-interview si Jojo. Eto si Gaynel. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.